Alf's hallucination. Mabel," said Alf as he poked out his head from under the bedclothes piled high on his bed. "I feel proper poorly. My throat is on fire. My head is pounding and tight like a wire." "Oh dear, that is awful, and near Christmas too. We've visitors coming. Now what shall I do?" "You better stay there, Alf, I'll get you a pill. But you do pick your times for saying you're ill." Well, Mabel she went and made Alf a cuppa. She realised now why he'd left his supper, why he tossed and turned and mumbled all night, and understood now why he'd given her a fright when he sat up in bed at about 2:30 and cried out to Mabel, "Oh, what a to do! There's something just standing and staring at me. I'm frightened, our Mabel. Can you look and see?" Mabel had jumped up feeling quite scared and looked where Alf pointed, though she hardly dared. "Isn't it there? Can't you see? It looks like a horse." But Mabel saw nothing. She was angry, of course. "Don't be so daft, Alf, there's nothing at all. I can't see anything, only the wall." She realised now that Alf had been poorly, with a temperature high, that had caused all this, surely. She called in the doctor, who patted Alf's head. "You've got the flu, lad. You'd best stay in bed. Get lots of rest and plenty to drink. 48 hours, lad, that's what I think." Alf's face had lit up on hearing that word, and nice thoughts of brandy and rum had occurred. But alas, whilst the visitors scoffed the mince pies, poor Alf lay in bed with tears in his eyes. "I feel better, Mabel," Alf said the next day. "Wasn't it funny, the things I did say? I remember the other night crying to you, 'There's a horse in the room.' What a to do! I could have sworn there was one. Did you get a fright? It gave me one too in the midst of the night. But I'll get up today. I'm wanting some cake and one of those lovely mince pies that you make." So by Christmas Day, Alf was greatly improved, and by then all his symptoms had simply removed. To Mabel, alas, now she was the one who started with flu and missed all the fun.